Hello, this is Johnny Henson, Professor Poole with Billiard University at Goodyear, Arizona. Today we're going to be covering some how to do jumping over object balls. But the first thing that we need to do is to protect the felt on the table that we're practicing on. So what we're going to do is put an old piece of felt on top of the table, and then I recommend one or two extra pieces of felt underneath where your cue ball is going to sit. So that means you basically have 3 layers of felt underneath where the cue ball is, and that way you're going to end up protecting the felt from getting damaged as you practice. And so that's the first thing you need to do is to protect that felt. This is the shaft of a cue. This is what most of us learned to jump with originally, even though it is illegal to play with that now. This is a utility cue. It's a very thin cue, very lightweight, kind of special cue for just jumping. This is my normal cue. This is my stealth jump cue. It has a water buffalo tip on it, and it is my favorite cue to jump with. And this is just my regular playing cue, just to kind of give you a comparison of sizes. But my favorite cue is just a regular jump cue. What you really want to focus on when you're learning how to jump is a 45-degree angle, or 45 degrees. So if you picture the top of the ball and then the middle of the ball going to the side, you're going to be going in at around a 45 degree on the top side of the ball. You don't want to be too high, because otherwise you're going to smother the shot and you're not going to jump. And then if you get too low, you're going to have trouble jumping. So not too high, not too low, usually about 45 degrees. And if you just practice that and get used to it and kind of build up some confidence, then you can always work on different things that you want to do with the cue ball besides just jumping. You want to hold, this is a dart method. I'm going to start with the shaft. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hold it with your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to hold it loosely. And you're really going to start with your hand first, and you're just going to flip through with your wrist at the last second. So basically, I'll just do a couple of shots for you here, from a different angle, So anyway, this is with the shaft. It's illegal to play with just jumping with the shaft. This is that specialty cue I was talking about. It's very lightweight. I think it's like 5 or 6 ounces. It's a very lightweight cue, and it's very thin. It's very skinny, so it's easy to get your hand around. But just look how effortless it is to jump the ball. I mean, it just hops right over the ball. It's just very, very, very easy to use once you get used to it, because it's a lot different, because it just has a hard like plastic tip on it. Don't even have a regular Q-tip on it. This is my regular jump cue. This is my stealth jump cue. It has a water buffalo tip. Now, you might not notice, but my hand is very loose. You want to make sure you're kind of holding your stick with your fingers, and hold it loosely. And that looseness is what really allows the cue to deliver the energy and then get out of the way of the ball so the ball can jump. So I'll do a few shots for you here, just to kind of see. I mean, and once you get used to even using a cue like this, it is really, really a pretty easy thing to do. You're just shooting the same thing over and over and over again. It's a very repetitive process. So anyway, I just want you to try to make a game of this. Maybe put 10 balls out on the table, 12 balls, whatever. And then maybe set up some balls at different distances that you're trying to jump over. Like maybe set up one at 8 inches, and maybe one at 5 inches, and maybe one at 10 inches. And just learn that you have to maybe adjust your angle of attack or your degrees in order to jump certain balls in a certain way. So anyway, and I hope this is very helpful. If you have any trouble with jumping or anything, then just consider being one of my students. My doors are always open in Goodyear, Arizona, and I'm always around, and I'm always willing to help players. So hopefully this has been helpful, and you have a nice day.